Well, welcome to Stumpgrown. We're joined this episode by Amos Heart and Kendall Lujan, and go for it.
Much more than the horn of a train, sharp point of an arrow. A deer crossing by with my scope on her head, looking sad. Cut deep, good shot, thanks a lot. You cut right through my metal. I am fond of you. Are you fond of me? I am drawn to you. Are you drawn to me? You are more than a song sung to me, than a dream, so much more than some words in a book or a duck in a stream. Love worth more than a day or a dime or some well-fitting jeans. 'Cause I am fond of you. Are you fond of me? I am drawn to you. Are you drawn to me? I am fond of you. Are you fond of me? I am drawn to you. Are you drawn to me? Thank you, people of the internet. This next song's about my little brother getting lost on a train. 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's make our way to San Francisco on the back of some motor. You are the son of the trains that make their way slowly down to that empty town. Your phone is in a ditch, and the only sound that exists is the laughter of the hills, the cackle and the thrill of this young day. Look at blue, where have you been? Where has he gone, oh little one? My mother, she cried, oh she cried to me. I told her that he's dancing with the hills. And look at baby blue skies, oh he's chasing dust clouds in the distance, leaving billows of that coal they used to leave. Look at blue, where have you been? Halfway down to that nothing town, they were stopped by a man dressed in blue. There were 4 tall beat-up kids and one fat hungry pig. He thought, if only I had stayed home, I would have missed this. Where has he gone, oh little one? My mother, she cried, oh she cried to me. I told her that he's dancing with the hills. And look at baby blue skies, oh he's chasing dust clouds in the distance, leaving billows that coal they used to leave. Look at blue, where have you been? Rolling hills lit by baby blue skies. I'm rolling a joint where my feet dangle in time. And there's 4 tall beat up kids on a train. And one word mother, joyous playing. Where's he gone, oh little one? My mother, she cried, oh she cried to me. Oh now where's he gone, oh little one? My mother, she cried, oh she cried to me. I told her that he's dancing with the hills, and the look of baby blue skies, always chasing dust clouds in the distance, leaving billows of that coal they used to leave. Look at blue, where have you been?
That was beautiful.
Thanks, Caroline.
Yeah, of course. Oh, you did it already.
Oh, you're fully a character in this, let me tell you.
It feels a lot more that way, getting to be seated next to you and actually like look in your faces for this
Yeah,
interview.
it's great.
Yeah. Well, will you introduce yourselves first up to our audience here?
Yeah, hello, audience. This is Kendall Lujan.
Hello.
My name is Amos Heart, spelled with an A and an M and an O and an S, and then the word heart. And it's a name I go by when I have a guitar in my hand.
And how'd you find that name?
It's from this musical called Chicago.
Okay, for sure.
Pretty famous musical, but
Yeah.
there's Roxy Hart's husband. His name's Amos Heart, and he's like this total dipshit.
But he's the sweetest one of them all.
Yeah, he is, but he's totally clueless, you know, and he has no idea what's going on. I think at one point, like Roxy Hart, like fakes a pregnancy, and he's like, it's my some crazy shit goes on in that musical, and he's just this kind of romantic, floating about the world, just hopeful as hell. And I'm not like seeing from another perspective per se, but I think it's funny to write love songs and shit from a, you know, this sort of dipshit perspective. You know?
Have you ever written something that you feel is truly from his perspective?
No.
Just
Genuinely.
borrowing the idea.
Yeah, just
it's there.
I just like the name too.
It is a great name.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I like the name Caroline.
Thank
so.
you.
Number 2.
Well, we kind of got into a couple questions before this one, but I like to ask people to begin with who their first favorite musical artist was.
Mm.
And I'd really like you to be honest.
Okay. Man, well, I feel like the first music that made me move my body as a kid, which is probably like the first time that I really loved it, was like, yeah, I can stomp my feet to this. Was like Terry Hall and the Specials and like the whole two-tone era of ska music and stuff. My dad just would wake us up blasting those tunes. And other than that, like my first real concert was Macklemore. So I like cried so hard during Same Love, like back of the bleachers, just like fucking tears running down my face. Like Ryan Lewis, Macklemore, they know
Pretty
something.
good.
Pretty
Very
good.
cool.
So that was probably the first time I really felt something other than stomp my feet, you know.
Yeah. Do you think Macklemore was the first artist that, I can't believe this is really hard to ask, but that made you want to do music?
No. No,
Yes.
that was just like my,
Absolutely.
that was just like my first like auditorium.
Yeah,
Concert,
yeah. No,
you
I'm
know,
with you. How old were you?
I had probably
old were
like
we all?
10 or
Okay,
9
yeah.
or 10,
For sure.
something like that. Inspiring though.
Very. Absolutely.
No, the first, I feel like it was just my friends. They just surrounded me with music and they were all doing it, and so it's kind of yeah, I don't know. It was the initial idea of like, hey, let's do this was completely based around like friendship and having that thing in common, you know?
Yeah, that's really
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
Do you hear any of that ska music, any of Macklemore in your music today?
Not at all.
Not at all.
No,
Not even a little bit.
no.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm sorry.
No,
sorry.
that's okay. Oh.
I don't hear that much, but maybe in some of the noisier stuff, I would love to be able to make people move like they made people move in those sweaty clubs in the '80s on those tours. It was only like a 2-year period that they existed, all those bands, but that was some of the best energy that live shows have had. And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
And when you first started making music with your friends, does that feel like a trajectory, a path that you're still on?
Yeah, I mean that'll
Sonically.
be the rest of my life for sure. There's some people that I've been playing music with since I was like 10 years old, you know, and we've been in so many iterations of each other's music and stuff, so there's just no way that that's gonna leave, which is, I'm very lucky about that. And like, you know, adulthood hits everybody at different times and stuff, and like you gotta just fucking move around and figure it out. But there's no chance that those fellas that I've been lucky enough to play music with my whole life leave in that way. But yeah,
Yeah, that's special.
it's lucky.
Yeah. When you sit down to write a song, what comes first? Do you sit down to write a song, or does it
Yeah.
happen
Or
differently?
do you stand?
I stand on my head. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
it's more of like a hanging
that little
from the
blood rush
ceiling.
going.
Yeah, you gotta get all the blood to your head. No, I feel like I'm sitting usually, and
Okay, great start. I'm envisioning.
well, I always feel like it's in like a very caffeinated and anxious state. Like I'm almost never relaxed writing music, which feels like it should be the opposite. But I don't know. There's something about that process that just, I don't know, kind of the vomit comes when you're in that anxious state, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Words, melody, chords. What
Yeah.
first?
It all depends what's on my mind, really.
Okay.
Yeah. There's some times where a little tune sneaks in there first, and then there's some times where a little thought sneaks in there first, and you're like, wow, that's deserving of a song somehow. Let's try and figure that out. And most of them are complete failures, but some of them sneak through.
Yeah, you gotta wade through the mud to
Mhm.
get to the good stuff. If I'm not mistaken, we're hearing a lot of new songs today.
Yeah.
Tell me a
Yeah.
little bit about that.
I just finished recording at Echo Hill. Did like 10 songs for a second studio album, which I'm very excited about. And a lot of these, I think all of these songs will be on that record. Yeah, it's kind of it's a poor representation of the record. I think us sitting here, honestly, it's the instrumentation that we put on that collection of songs is like pretty vast. I brought a lot of friends on, and that was like the most fun part about it. You know, it's just like building on everybody's skills and getting the most like, you know, talented, lovely people in the room.
Yeah.
So the record's rather lush, I'd say. It's like sonically, but a lot of the songs are at the core just guitar songs, you know, or piano songs.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of a blessing and a curse of doing something like this. Like it's special to hear those songs stripped down.
Yeah.
Kind of where the core element of that is. But it does make me excited to hear everything all fleshed out when the album comes out.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Thanks, Kendall.
Yeah. I'm biased, but it's very good.
But it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
I'll take your word for it. When do you know when it'll be out?
Probably in the fall.
Okay.
I'll probably sneak a few little tunes out in the summer,
Nice.
but we'll see. I'm not very good at this part of the process, so we'll see how long it takes. It might be 40 years old, and
it'll finally come out.
yeah.
Well, the anticipation will just have really built by then. Between this episode and that.
Yeah, totally.
Let's hear some more of them.
Okay.
A road, it carves through the river. Oh, past that place we used to sit. Remember the tadpoles and the chirping at night. Hold on to my hand, I hold on to the look in your eye. The wind takes me from you, along with them dandelion blooms. I will stay, put my love wait for you.
And I think
Where is she now? You obsessive freak. Where are you going, Celeste? Get alive for me. How do I sit with myself? It's been a while now. 'Cause your company is a part of me and the best that I can find. Your company is a part of me and the best that I can find. Your road, it carves through the mountains, where from afar you can see me. But I'm catching tadpoles and I'm chirping through the night. Hold on to my hand, I still hold on to the look in your eye. The wind takes me from you, along with them dandelion blue. I will stay, put my love wait for you. And I think, where is she now? You obsessive freak. Where are you going, Celeste? Get alive for me. How do I sit with myself? It's been a while now. 'Cause your company is a part of me and the best that I can find. 'Cause your company is a part of me and the best that I can find. Where is she now? You obsessive freak. Where are you going, Celeste? Get alive for me. How do I sit with myself? It's been a while now. 'Cause your company is a part of me and the best that I can find. 'Cause 'cause your company is a part of me and the best that I can find.
I'll give my little single applause again.
Thanks, Caroline.
Yeah. And that was gorgeous. And I have to ask, to both of you, I guess, Kendall, in case the audience doesn't know, you also make beautiful music on your own.
Thank you.
And being a couple in the music scene is super common and also super difficult. And I'm wondering how you approach that. If you have any tips, any tricks, any boundaries, anything that's helped you navigate being creative people who share that together and also do your own thing.
Well, we see a bunch of people, there's a lot of couples that sing together and stuff, and we just went to a few shows one after another, and he was like, we can't do it. We can't do that anymore. Everyone else is doing it.
Gotta quit.
We gotta quit.
I know. I'm considering looking into deep dive into how Jack White and them did the whole sibling thing.
Well, it didn't really work out.
I didn't know this.
For a while there, the public were
You're
fully
telling me
convinced
now.
that
That's true.
they were siblings. So I think it would be cool for Kendall and I to do that publicly,
Thanks for telling me now.
Eventually.
This is great.
to go to do the sibling thing
Cool.
instead. But
Cool.
I don't know.
Great.
Let's end it there.
So, yeah. Well, too bad that, you've said it on air.
Oh, they were recording right now?
Yeah.
Now we have to do it.
Okay, well,
We'll
I'm
check
taking
in
you to
about
court,
that.
Caroline.
Yeah. I
I'll
knew
see
it
you
was
in
gonna
court,
happen.
bud.
Knew it was going to happen.
It is difficult, though, in all seriousness. Yeah, it is a strange world to navigate, but it's all just fun, too,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what it really is. I
Yeah.
think.
Well, and there's nothing better than having friends and people you love be a part of
That's
your
gross.
music and what you create. Disgusting.
That's gross.
Yeah. So this is your second studio album under Amos Heart, as you were saying, and you've been making music with Johnny's Day Out for a little while in Portland, and I'm curious what differentiates those projects for you.
Yeah. Well, I feel like kind of what I said before, Johnny's Day Out, the base of Johnny's Day Out is this incredible, long-lasting friendship, and we just make whatever is on our minds, I guess, in that moment. It's less, thought through. It's more just we meet up, and that's what comes out from this, this room of friends. And it's loud and it's noisy sometimes, and sometimes it's a little more tender. But the solo music, I guess, is just more, it's more personal, I guess. More thought through.
Lyrically, or yes?
Yeah, I think so, for sure. Yeah.
Well, in Johnny's, sometimes you just say a gardener. What are some of your lyrics? They're just saying random things.
There's some bullshit, yeah. There's some major
very
bullshit,
random.
but it's a lot of fun.
It's very fun.
It's a lot of fun. I really like doing that. There's that whole side of me is, the musical world at least, is very satisfying to me, and it's fun to do it with my people, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's wonderful that, you're talking about the recording process for your solo stuff and still getting to have friends.
Yeah, it's a
help
lot
you
of
see
the
that
same
vision
friends.
through.
That's the funny part about it, and we all tour each other's music. One of my bandmates and best friends, Eli, he has a project called Annie. He makes gorgeous cinematic ambient music, and which is far different than the whole Johnny's Day Out world, but we all go on tour and support him, sometimes, and we'll play whatever he needs in that moment, and we try to lift all each other up, in not a corny way. We're just I think we genuinely care about each other a lot, So there's that, yeah.
Yeah, that's very sweet. Yeah, wonderful. Well said. lyrically for this project, where do you draw inspiration from?
I feel like there's a nothing. All over the place. I mean, the title of the record is from the perspective of a loved one. So it's kind of a bunch of love songs to various figures in my life and stuff. Yeah, I feel like all of the songs are from my perspective, though. You know, they're all pretty personal, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? I don't know, but
I think so.
yeah. they, who knows? Who knows? All over the place, really. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Do your loved ones know that? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, that last song I sent to my brother, and like, that was this like, I got a call from my mom at like 2 a.m, and she was like, absolutely flipping shit, and my little brother, who was like 18, he decided to go like hop trains down to San Francisco with 2 of like his most dipshit friends.
I take it he didn't ask your mom if that was cool with her.
Well, we
before.
like generally knew, honestly,
Okay.
that he was gonna do that.
happen.
Yeah, but then he just like disappeared. He like, we had no idea where he was, and it turns
We were
out
like looking on the like Find My iPhone, and he was like
in the
in
middle
the
of
ocean,
the Atlantic. Yeah,
right?
Super
we were
comforting.
Like, oh my.
It's like, and I have this profile photo of him he's like 6 years old or something in this photo. So I just see this little baby Luca in the middle of the ocean. And we're like, where the fuck are you, dude? But turns out he just got caught on the train. And then their phones were dead, and they were camping out in Dunsmuir, California. And he made it home eventually, but it took multiple days of being rather terrified. So yeah.
That's it's cool because I can already hear some of that story in that song. Right? You were
Yeah.
telling me, and I was like, oh yeah, well that's that part of that verse,
Yeah.
etc. And what a lovely thing to be able to memorialize what I'm sure was a really foundational moment for him in your own way.
Yeah.
Is your family musical as well?
I'd say they're musical, yeah. They don't play any instruments or anything like that, but I'd say they're very musical people, yeah.
Okay.
They like playing music loud on the speakers and attempting to sing and all that. So
Love that.
yeah.
Cool. Well, I'd love to hear the last song, and I was going to ask you, what is next for you? What's happening in your music world? But I think we already know. We've got the album to look forward to, maybe this year, maybe 40 years from now.
Yeah.
Anything else on the docket?
Well, Johnny's Day Out's gonna be recording one last EP before some folks move away. But in the Amos Heart world, I think I'm just gonna book a tour in the fall, so be in a city near you.
Nice.
Perfectly done.
Yeah.
What's this last song called?
This last song is called Coffee for Two. I wrote it when Kendall was she was on tour in Europe, and I kept making these large portions of coffee. So used to making it for 2 people, and yeah, I don't know. It was also just like seeing how stressful tour can be from an iPhone for a month straight, and how insane the world of being a DIY musician is, and yeah, I don't know, just trying to be a comforting presence during that, I guess.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Just a moment of your time. Just 1 second, look in my eyes. Give me a word or two that's mine. I know your day is spinning by, so let me be a breath, let me be a sigh. Let me be a moment to unwind. Notice the sparkle in my eye. Don't let it take you. Pulling my heart all the way from Berlin, tugging my soul, laying on your couch cushions. Naturally made enough coffee for two. Boy, I'd love nothing more than to share it with you. Your time is like a pearl. Can I step into your spinning world and feel the old brick beneath your new shoes? Feel the air of the Alps and feel the room and the morning dew. It started raining since you left. I think you like it here. Hear the traffic and hear the streets, and Alfred and Tyler underneath, complaining on some time he doesn't have to redesign. My time is precious too, and I spend some of it missing you. But don't worry, I'm spending my life doing me and living mine. But for that second of your day, give me what you can, I'll be okay. Just a moment of your time. Just 1 second, look in my eyes. Give me a word or two that's mine. I know your day is spinning by, so let me be a breath, let me be a sigh. Let me be a moment to unwind. Notice the sparkle in my eye. Don't let it take you from the setting sky.
Thank you.
Thank you, Caroline.
Thanks so much for joining us, coming out of the sun for a couple hours of your Sunday to spend with us. We appreciate it.
Of course.
And, you know, the internet audience does too.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
It's so sweet.
Absolutely.
So sweet what you're doing.
Yeah, honored to have you on. And we'll all be keeping an ear out for future comings from both of you. Stumpgrown is recorded, mixed, and produced at Dbnation by Noah Penwell, with sound engineering by Max Simon, videography for this episode by Maggie Zaleski, photography by Alahn Ek, and I am your host, Caroline Drew. We'll see you next time.